Okay, let's start the class, Mansa. I think nobody will join. They will join during the class. Okay, I will.
Okay,
I'm
sir.
sharing the screen. Uh,
Okay, sir.
one second. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Now we will open our Eclipse. So, okay, sorry. So, this screen. Eclipse. Okay, I will run our project now. Industry. Now we'll see what we have done yesterday and what we have to do. Okay, in the yesterday's class, I have showed you how to display the image that was stored in the database of our industry table and how we can list it. Okay, uh, how can we list the customers in the admin page, like by using cards, how to use the cards and how to use data in that cards dynamically. Okay, now valid login credentials admin. I think this is a good value. Okay, here yesterday we are done with this. Okay, this is a tabular form. You can show it in one tabular form. Here you can use the image. So I have shown you yesterday how to display the image. Okay, and these are the cards, so you can display like either one of it, either table, or you can use the cards of the particular template. Okay, now what we need to do is, see, this is admin page. Okay, uh, in this admin, when he want to send the notifications to the customers, like we are receiving the notifications from Swiggy and Zomato and whatever the applications are there in our mobile phone, so we are getting the notifications from whatever the respective admins. So here, if you need to send the notifications, so you need to create that notification first. Okay, so after creating that notification, you can display that notification to the customers. Okay, so we will do that today. Okay, now we will create one header as notifications. Inside the notifications, we will give the two drop downs. One is for add notifications and another for view notifications. The view notifications, we will use what are the notifications we have added, and by displaying that data in the tabular form, and we will give the one action as delete. Okay, okay, after the particular certain time, the notification, when you want to delete it, so you can delete that notifications. So that listing of notifications, okay, we will list that notifications to the customer also. So we need to display those notifications in the customer's profile also. So how we need to do? First, what we need to do, we need to add one notification header in our admin header, because we are in the admin profile, so we need to place the header in the admin header. So go to the Eclipse. Okay, inside Eclipse, open your source main web app. Okay, inside our web app, here we have the admin header. Okay, and admin header. Now Now what we need to do, we need to here see, this is a profile header and we are using the drop down for this profile header. One second. Okay, we are using the drop down for this profile method. Same like this drop down we are taking for the notification. So here we have the drop down, right? So li was started order another list, so we are selecting this list same as here, and I will give that header name as notification. Okay, notifications. Now what is the first one heading as we are taking? We are taking as add notification. First we need to add the notification, and second one is view notifications, the notifications which we are added to our database, so we need to display that and we need to perform some actions, that is delete notifications. Okay, now we have created one header, so we need to check whether it working fine or not. So here we are in our project and I'm refreshing it. Okay, see, in our header, admin header, here we are getting our header, whatever we have created in our Eclipse. So in notifications we have add notifications and view notifications. Now here see, here we have admin change password, like bottom of our left, see, when I hover on add notification, it's showing me add change password, but that is not the change password link, so we need to give one address to add notification. So we need to create one file, and inside that file we need to give the template head links, and we need to use that some templates so that we can add the data like notification, and that data will be processed into our database. It will be sent to database, and that stored data will be displayed in our view notifications. So first we need to go to the header page, and here I'm giving admin add notifications. Okay, admin add notification dot jsp. Here no need of any IDs we need to send, just simply you have to use admin add notification dot jsp. So here I'm copying this, and based on that name I am creating one file. Okay, now here admin add notification dot jsp, I'm creating that file. Now what we need to do, see, when you click on add notification, it will check for, I will refresh it. See, it will checking for the add notification page. Okay, now this is the page, and here we didn't use anything, so that's the reason it is an empty page. Okay, now when you click on add notification page, what we need to display to the user? Okay, we need for client, he will search for add notification, means here he needs two inputs, that is what is the title of the notification, what is the description of the notification. So we need to display that along with our header and our banner area and some footer. So first we need to use our first we need to use our template. So for that template we use head links, okay, which are important head links. So in that head tag, okay, this is inside the head tag, right? So here we need to include the head links dot jsp. Next, what we need to do after the head links, we need to include header, which is nothing but we are in the admin profile. Here I will use the admin header. I am including admin header. And what is the next one? The last one is we need to include the footer. We need to include the footer.jsp. Okay, now we are done with header, footer, and head links. Now after the header, what we will do, usually we usually use the banner area to take one picture, and we need to overlay the on that picture we need to show the is the add notification page. So we need to use that. For that, see, here we are using the same banner area, and here we are taking the name as a customers. Okay, now I will use the same banner area in our add notifications page. Okay, here I'm using the add notification page. In the place of customers, and saying as add notification. Okay, now when he say, I'm saving it, and I am going to our admin add notification page, and I'm refreshing it here. See, here I get the header. Okay, and here I get the banner area, and this is in a footer area. Now inside between the banner area and the footer area, here we need to give one form. Okay, here we need to take one form. In that form we need to take the two inputs for the notification, that is nothing but title and the description. So for that I will go to admin page. Okay, now this is the same form. Okay, here we have the two inputs, one is email and password, so we can change that email and password into title and description. And I will use this section in our add notification page. Okay, I'm using this section now, and I will delete this action, and I will change this name of the first as a title. Okay, and here enter your title. Okay, I'm giving a placeholder on focus also, like enter your title, and I will change this on blur also, enter your title. And this I am changing this type of email to the text. Okay, because we use a string format for our for that input. Next, I'm using a text area because the description might be more. So here in the place of name, I'm giving the description. Enter your description placeholder. Now I will use the same placeholder in the on focus placeholder also, and also in the on blur. Now here we don't need of any type because the text area itself is defending. Okay, and close it. Now here in the place of login, I will give the submit button, like submit. Okay, I'm saving it. We will check whether it's working fine. Refresh. See here we are getting the two inputs, one for title, okay, and one for the description. Now when he clicks on the submit button, he needs to take this both the data into backend page, and where he need to retrieve the data, and he need to save the data into the database. Okay, for that we need to give the action. Okay, in that action attribute we need to give the address of that backend process logic. Okay, now what is this one? Admin add notification. So I am taking admin and notification data. Okay, dot JSP. So we need to create one another file which is nothing but admin and notification data JSP file, admin and notification data. Now here this is the backend process, so I'm just simply giving this industry, or if else you can include the heading also. There is no difference much in this case also. JSP. Okay, there is no difference. Now what we need to do, first thing, this backend process will be processed with the database. So for that we need to connect with our database. So for the connection we have created one file, that is nothing but connect to file. So we need to include that file in our page, in the backend page. Now we are successfully connected with our database. So what we need to do, we need to retrieve the data from the previous page, that is nothing but add notification data. When he clicks on the submit button, the data will be sent to admin add notification data. By there we need to retrieve the data by using the names of our inputs or the text data. Okay, now in the admin add notification data, inside the scriptlet tags we need to retrieve that data. Okay, now for that string, and first one is a title, right? So I am using the request dot get parameter of what is the name of the title input. This is the title itself. So here I'm giving the title name. Now after that, here string description. Okay, now for same process, request dot get parameter of what is the name for that we are given as desk also. So here I will use that name here. Now by using the request bodies, okay, by using the request parameters, I have retrieved both the title and a description in the backend process. So what we need to do now, we need to send this data and we need to store that data in our database. So for that, okay, for the errors, any exceptions, for that I will use the try and catch blocks here. Okay, try and catch blocks, and inside this e dot print stack trace. Okay, now if any error occurs inside the try block, these will print it in our console. Okay, now inside this, by using the prepare statement, ps equals to con dot prepare statement. So here what we need to do, we need to insert data into one of the table known as notifications. Here we didn't created notifications table, but we need to create the table in our database. So first I will write the query. So see, that is a query insert into which table, notifications we didn't created yet, but we will create after this. Okay, notifications, and we need to give the name of the columns, what are the data and what data we need to insert into each column. First one is title, right? Now after that, description. Okay, now just remember, here we are using only two datas, so that I am giving only two column names. Okay, now we need to give the values for those two columns, right? So for that I am using the values and placeholders, those are two, and we need to set the values for the both the placeholders. That is nothing but one is title, because the first one is a title one, sorry, title, and here I'm using one comma title. Okay, now I'm setting the second value as ps dot set string 2 comma. What is the description where we have that variable in the dsc. Okay, now after that, what we need to do, we need to execute this query. So for insertion, deletion, for updating, what we use the integer rows equals to ps dot execute update. So here we use integer because the execute update will give the response in 0 or 1. So okay, now when the query executed successfully, it responds the data in the integer of 1. So I am checking here if rows is greater than 0. If rows is greater than 0, then the notification was added successfully. So I will end the scriptlet and I will open it, and in between ending and open, I will use a script tag to pop up the message. Okay, like by using alert, and here we will give the message as added notification added successfully. Okay, now notification added successfully, and we are done. Next, what we need to do after adding that, so here after adding the notification into our database, so we need to navigate the admin into admin view notifications page. So here, after successfully adding the notifications, we need to check whether it is added successfully or not. So we need to send into the admin view notifications .jsp. Okay, in this page, now we didn't create an admin view notifications page. So when I save it, it will give me the error because the admin view notification page was not founded in exact path. So for that, we need to create this now. Just for the error causing, I will just see here. Now I have created admin view notifications page. Now here, see, the error was gone. Okay. Now if the query didn't executed well, so it will be go to the else part where we need to send the message to the client like admin, and we need to navigate into the same add notifications page because the notification was not added successfully in our database. So here, by using the script, I will prompt the message by using the alert. Okay, now here, failed to add notification, so we need to try again. So please try again. This is a message. Okay, now here we need to navigate him. Here we need to navigate the client to the page that is nothing but admin and notifications. Admin and notification dot JSP. So if the notification, sorry, this is the correct page only, right? Yeah. So when it fails to add notification in our database, then again it will go to the admin add notification page where you need to give again title and the description. And when you click on submit button, and it will come to this page, and again it will try to insert into our database. Okay, now I'm saving it. Now we will, here the notification table we didn't create it yet, so now we will go to SQL and we will create this notification table by giving the notification ID. Okay, by giving the notification ID and some date where it, when it was uh, inserted or it is stored in our database. So now for that we have to go to SQL and we need to select what is the database. Okay, that is the industry database. So inside industry we have admin, customer, and this customer copy I will delete it. Okay. Okay, now here we need to create in our industry table, we need to create the notifications table. Okay, here I already have, but I use create a table. For creation we use a create table and the table name notifications, and here I will give the unique ID, so it will be unique for all the notification. Okay, now NID, I'm taking the ID as NID and I'm giving the data type as big integer, and I'm giving the primary key because we need the unique ID, and I'm taking the auto increment to increment dynamically whenever the new notification is trying to insert in our database. So it will auto increment that column of NID by the unique key. Now here we are using the title, and for that we will use the varchar. Okay, now that is 255, and for the description will be more, so I am using the type as a text and comma, and finally I'm taking one more column that is nothing but date. Okay, now date, I'm taking that data type for the date is date and time. Okay, here I'm taking the data type as date and time, and it should be by default. Okay, it should be by default, it has to be current timestamp. Means when the notification was created, when the admin created a notification, and when he clicks on the submit button in the backend process, it will send the data to this table. Okay, whenever the data was inserted into that table, that time and date will be stored in this date column. So for that reason I'm using date and time data type, and we are using the default current stamp. Means when the data was inserted in the notification, that time and date will be captured and stored it in the date column. Okay, now see, I will run this query. Now see here, we get the error because inside the date. Okay, date and time, current fault, current timestamp. Okay, we didn't have any. So here I will give some notification date and I will try again. So okay, here see the rows, 0 rows affected, the one query executed successfully. And when I refresh it, see here we have the notifications table. When I click on notification table and go to the table data, here we can see NID will be auto increment and the title is null, description and null. But here end data, this is the current timestamp, which indicates whenever the data gets into this table, that date and time will be stored in the end data. Okay, now we have successfully created the table for that notifications. Now what we need, it's working correctly or not. Now I will go to the add notifications page, and this is a page, and I will give some title as what we will give, like a Christmas. Okay, Christmas Eve bonanza. Okay, now here in the description, like imagine this is an industry app. Okay, here we are the customer will add some industry products, okay, like machines, like CNC machines or whatever, like products or something else. Okay, here we will give that notification, like giving some discounts for the customers, like give it as discount up to 10%. Okay, discount up to 10% on discount on 10% on every products above 10k. Okay, 10,000 rupees RS. Okay, now here we are giving some description as discount up to 10% on every product above 10,000 rupees. Okay, this is in a Christmas Eve bonanza. Now when I click on the submit button, see the notification was added successfully and it will goes to the admin view notification page. This is in the admin view notification page, so that it is in the empty, because in the admin view notification page we didn't taken any code in that page. Okay, now it has showed us that notification was added successfully, so we will directly check in the database whether the data was inserted here or not. Now I will refresh this table. See here the notification was successfully inserted into our database, and here the our notification ID is NID and the title is Christmas Eve bonanza and the description is discount up to 10%. And here see we didn't given any time or date in our notification. See here we didn't given any time, but in our database we can store the what at what time at what date the data was inserted into the database. So that date can be we can store by using end date and time is a data type. By default we need to store the current timestamp, so for that reason it has stored the today's date and today's time. Okay, now in this admin view notifications page, in the view, when you click on the view notifications page, so it has to display whatever the notifications are presented in our database, like in industry in the notifications table, whatever the notifications are there. So here we need to display it in our view notifications page. So for that we have created one file, right? So that is nothing but admin view notifications page. So this page address we need to set it in first in the admin header in the view notifications as admin view notifications. Okay, admin view notifications dot jsp, and that page, inside this page, when you click on the admin view notification, this page will be displayed to the user. So for that we use a template, and for that we will use the head links as include. So we need to include the head links in the inside the head tag itself only. Okay, headlinks.jsp page. Now what we need to do, we need to take one header, and that header must be admin header because we are in the admin profile. Now I need to include file equals to, okay, what is a header? Admin header dot jsp. Okay, I am including the admin header and I am including the footer also. Okay, and I am including the footer for admin notifications, view notifications page. Now after header and footer, here we have to take the banner here to say this is a page where we will display the notifications, and we need to give the heading as view notifications. So here inside add notifications, we are taking the same banner and we use the name as add notifications. Okay, now today same this banner here we will copy to the admin view notifications, and we will change this heading as view notifications from add notifications. So inside the view notifications page, I am taking this banner area and I will change this add notifications to view notification. Okay, view notifications. Now here, see, we will go to our view add notifications. Here I will refresh it, or I will go to the home page and I will refresh it. And when I click on the view notifications page, here I am I'm getting the view notifications page with a header, footer, and the banner area. But what we need exactly in the view notifications page, we need to display that whatever the notifications are available in our database, we need to display that in our view notifications page. So that data we can display it in the either tabular form or in the cards also. So now I will display these notifications in the tabular form. Okay, for that we need to create one section, and inside that section we need to take one container div tag. Okay, after that we need to take one table and we need to give the headings, and we need to insert the data by connecting to our database, and we need to retrieve that by using the prepare statements by using the query. And inside that we need to store the data in the rs, like taking the result set, and after that we need to loop that rs, and we need to uh, use the expression tag, and we need to display that data to our user. Okay, now I am going to this view notifications page. Now what we need to do take first, we need to take one section, and we need to give the class as a margin 5. Okay, and you need to close this, and after the section tag we need to take one div or one separate div, and I need to take one class as a container. Okay, here I will use the container tag, and we need to create the table inside this section. Okay, now here I am taking one table tag, and I am taking class as a table class, and the table has to be border. So I am taking the two classes, one is table and another one is table bordered. Okay, and I need to close this. And inside the table, what we have the t head. Okay, we need to have the t head and we have the t body. Okay, here in the t body we will display the data, and the t inside the t head we will display the headers for those. Okay, so the t head should be in the row, so I am taking the t row. Okay, and inside t row, and inside the t row we are taking that t head, that is nothing but heading of that column. And first thing we need to give the serial number. Okay, we need to give serial number. And the second column what we need to take, we need to take the title. And in the third column we need to take the description, right? Description of that notification. And after that, what we have after the description, see, after the description we have the date. So we need to display that date also, because when the notification was added and what is the date. So for that I am taking as date. Okay, and time, I am taking the heading as date and time. And after that, here we need to take one action element. Okay, inside I am taking one action for the name. Just simply I'm taking one header. Now in our view notifications page, when I refresh it, see here I created one table and I given the headings as serial number, title, description, date and time, and an action. Now what we need to do, we need to retrieve the data from the database and we need to send the data in our table body. Okay, in this table body. So before that, we need to connect to our database, right? So for that, I am including our connection file, which is nothing but file equals to connect.jsp. Okay, connect.jsp. Now I have connected with our database. Now inside our t body, okay, inside our t body we have to use a tr, okay, table row, and we need to use a td to send the data to our column. So before that, I'm using the scriptlet tag. Okay, inside the scriptlet tag I'm using the try and catch blocks. Okay, I'm using the try and catch blocks. If there any error occurs, this will display it in our console. E dot print stack trace. Okay, now inside our try block I am using prepare statement. Okay, prepare statement, ps equals to con dot prepare statement. In this prepare statement we need to retrieve whatever the notifications are there present in our notifications table. So we need to retrieve everything. So for that reason I'm using the query as a select everything from notifications. Okay, this is a query I need to use, like selecting everything from the notifications, and that notifications, okay, will be stored in the result set, and we will use the result set to handle the result from that query. So for that I'm using ps dot execute query. Now I have executed successfully and the result was stored in the rs. So I need to loop it through while loop rs dot next for the entire row. Okay, it will loop it through. After the row only, again it will go to the rs if the any data is present. Okay, now in this rs what we need to do, we need to end the scriptlet tags, and inside the scriptlet tags, okay, in between ending and starting, okay, here inside the scriptlet tags, here we are taking the tr. Okay, inside the tr what we need to take, and we need to take the td. Okay, in this td, this is a first column. So what we need to display in first column, we need to display the serial number. So by using expression tag, okay, by using expression tag, the result is stored in the rs. Okay, now rs dot get integer, that is an id, and it is in the integer form, and where it has a column in our database, in our table, in the first column we have the serial number. So that I'm calling that first column. And the second column, inside the second column what we need to display, we need to display the title, and that title was in the second column. For that reason rs dot get, that is in the string format, I'm using the string, and that is in the second column. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to send the data in the third column, and that is also same as title, that is nothing but description, which is in the string format. So I'm using same rs dot get string of 3. Okay, now I'm closing it. Now after that what we need to display, we need to display the date and time of a particular notification. So by using same rs dot get string, I am displaying date and time in the fourth column. Now here in the fifth, where we have to give the action, so that action should be, that action must be nothing but the delete option. Because if you want to delete that notification, you can delete that particular notification by using anchor links. So here I'm giving anchor link and I'm giving the name as delete. Okay, inside the anchor link I will give the h reference. Okay, h reference where we need to send the admin notification. I'm giving the name as admin notification delete.jsp. So here in that page we need to send the id, or we need to send the unique value of that notification. In the what is a unique value in the notification? That is nothing but id of that customer of a particular notification. okay, ID of the particular notification. So here I am giving the name as ID equals to, by using same expression tag, I will send the ID of the particular notification. Okay, now this is a ID for that particular notification. And now, okay, here when he clicks on the delete button, we need to ask him first whether he want to delete or not. So for that reason, here I'm using one click, okay, on click attribute. Okay, when he clicks, it will show him same the return. I have previously said about this, right, when we are discussing in the delete CRUD operations of the database. So okay, when you click on the delete button, here we need to write return it confirm. When he confirms, we need to display that message, that is, want to do you want to delete. If he cancels it, then it will return. Here we have written the return attribute, so it will returns to the same normal page. But if when he clicks on OK button, then it will go to the admin notification delete page, and it will delete that particular notifications by using the ID. Okay, now I am saving it. See, and one more thing here. Here now in our database we have the notification, so it will display that notification. Why? Because the result is stored in the RS. So if any data is there, then only it will go to the while loop. So here we have the notification, so that it will go to the this while loop. But what if any notifications are not there in our database? So for that, here I'm using one concept known as integer count. So I am initializing that count to 0. Now initially that count will be 0. Okay, now if any data is not there, then the count, if any data is there, now we have the data of that notifications, then it will go to our while loop. So then if it goes to while loop, so here we need to increase that count by using count plus plus. Okay, now when the data is present, then it will be go to inside this loop, and then it will increase the count value, and it will display whatever the notifications are there, then it will be displayed. But if notifications are not there in our database, then it will not increase that value, so it will be count equals to 0 only. So that here we can use it as if, here we are checking if count is equal to 0. So if the count is equal to 0 means then there is no notifications are available in our database. That is a response from that. Now here I will end the scriptlet tag, and I am opening it. Inside this again I'm using the tr, okay, and I'm ending, and I'm using one table data td, and I will say as no data found, because here the count is 0. So if there is no data only, then only it will not go to the while loop. Okay, then if the no data is presented in the database, the count will be 0 itself. So here I am taking one decision, like if count is equal to 0, so you need to display the body as total body as no data found. So here this data has to be, this data, no data found text should be displayed in all the columns. So for that we need to call span every column. How many columns we have? Like 1 2 3 4 5. So I am using call span and call span using the fake, and I am aligning that data, whatever the data here we have, the no data found. So we need to display that in the center. So I am, okay, I am using align equal to center here. So when the data is not present, then it will show it as no data found. But if the data is present, then the data will be displayed in our table. Okay, now we will check it in our view notifications page. This is a view notifications page, right? So now when I refresh it, see here we are getting the data of the notifications which was there in our database. Okay, that is nothing but title, description, date and time. In the action element we have the delete. Okay, after Christmas Eve, so we need to delete this notification. So for that reason only I have given one action and I have taken the one link that is for the delete. Okay, now here we are getting as a delete anchor tag. So if you want to give it as a button, so you can take one class, and inside this class you can give the btn danger. Okay, now when I save it and I'm refreshing it here, see here we are getting the button, delete button. So okay, here we have used one other also on click. When we click on the delete button, we need to display the messages, do you want to delete it not. When you cancel it, it will return to the same page because you are using the return. Okay, now when you click on the confirm button, it will go to the admin notification delete page by taking the id, because you have used the id here. Okay, we are sending the id to that link, right? So now we will check whether it's working or not. See, when we click on the delete button, it is asking for us, do you want to delete that particular notification or not. So when you click on the cancel button, see, it is going to the same page. Okay, because here we are writing as a return button. If you didn't return this return button, it will directly go to the admin notification delete page. See, here we are refreshing it, and when you click on the delete button, see, okay, previously when we click on the delete button and the cancel button, it is in the same view notifications page. But now see, when you click on the delete button and again when you click on the cancel button, see, it directly went to the admin notification delete page. Okay, now when you return this, okay, when you write the on click return and save it and refresh it, okay, now one second, it's loading. Okay, now when you click on the delete button and you want to cancel it, okay, when you cancel it, see, it is in the view notifications because of the return. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to write the code for delete of this notifications. Okay, when you click on the delete button and when you confirm we need to delete, so here it's showing as we didn't found admin notification delete page. So here what we need to do, we need to create one page. Okay, in that we need to retrieve what is the id he is sending. He is sending the id as 1. So by using that id, we need to connect with our database, and by using the prepared statements, we need to execute the delete query. Okay, and after deleting, we need to send the pop-up like notification delete successfully, and we need to send into the view admin view notifications page. So now, okay, now I will create admin notification delete page. Okay, admin notification delete page. Okay, now here this is a backend, so you can just simply give the industry. Now what we need to do, we need to connect with our database. Why? Because we need to delete the particular notification in the database itself, so we need to connect with our database. So for that reason, I'm including our connect file where we use the connection, where we have written the connection code. Okay, now after that what we need to do, he is sending the id, right? So we need to retrieve that id. So for that I am taking as integer id, integer dot pass. This is an integer form, so I am passing that, and I am taking the request dot get parameter. By using the request parameter, I am getting that value by using the name. So here I have given the id, right? The name here I given the name as id. So by using this id, I am getting the value of that particular id. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to take the try and catch block. We need to take a try and catch block. Inside that, e dot print stack trace. Okay, now inside the try block we need to write the exact code, because this is a prepared statement. Okay, we need to execute the query of the delete query. So for that, con dot prepare statement, what is the query? Delete. Okay, delete from which table you want to delete. That is nothing but notifications. Okay, what you need to delete from the notification by using, here we have the ID of that notification, right? So here I'm using where in our database we have given NID, the name of the notification is NID. So where NID equals to placeholder, so we need to set the value for that placeholder, which is nothing but ID ps dot set int of 1 comma ID. So this ID will be set to NID, so it will delete where the NID equals to 1 or 2, so it will delete that notification. So for that execution I am taking, this is a delete. So for the insert update delete, we will take the integer rows equals to ps dot execute update. Okay, we will execute update that query. So if the query executed successfully, then it will be greater than 0. So if rows is greater than 0, we need to send him the message by using scriptlet tags. Okay, and we need to send him by using script, which is nothing but alert, and we need to send in message as notification deleted successfully. Okay, now where we need to navigate him, we need to navigate him to same page, that is nothing but view notifications page. Okay, the page, sorry, is anybody talking? Yeah, okay. Now we need to send him to the same page, that is nothing but admin view notifications. Okay, now, okay, after that what we need to do, if the query is not executed successfully, so you need to go to the else part, and inside the else part, what we need to give him the message, we need to give him the message as, okay, admin notification dot jsp, need to send him the message as the fail to delete particular notification like alert. Okay, here we need to send the alert as fail to delete. Okay, simply fail to delete. So please try again. So please try again, and same again we need to send him to the same page, that is nothing but include file equals to admin view notifications.jsp. Okay, now if the query is executed successfully, so that also it will go to the same page. If it didn't executed correctly, then it will go to the admin view notification page itself, and it will display that fail to delete, please try again. Okay, now we will check with our notifications. Okay, where it has in the, okay, now I'm refreshing it here, and see here, when I click on the delete button, and when I click on do you want to delete, when I click on OK button, it will go to the backend process and it will execute that queries, and it will send our pop-up as notification delete successfully. Okay, now when I click on this OK button, again it has to go to the admin view notifications page. See, in the admin, in our view notifications page, here it's showing as no data found. Why? In our view, see, in our admin view notifications page, it will again execute this code, and it will select everything from the notifications. If any data is not there, this executing, so this rs will not have any values. So in this while loop, rs dot next, which is false, so it so here we have declare count equal to 0, so it will not go into this while loop, because in this condition it giving the false, so the count will be 0 only. So here it will check whether if the count is 0 or something else. If it is equals to 0, then it will display it as no data found. If any data is there in the rs, then it will directly goes into this loop, and it will display the data, and it will increase the count, and it will fail this condition, because the when it goes to while loop, the count will be increases from 0 to 1. Okay, so it will be here, it will give the false statement, so it will go directly outside that loop and the if conditions. So here it is satisfying the if condition, so that the reason it's showing as no data found. Okay, now this is a way we need to add and we need to display in the admin page, and tomorrow we will display same this notifications whatever the admin has added. We need to display those in the customer profile also. Okay, I will show that in the tomorrow's class. Okay, I will show that in the tomorrow's class along with the notifications. We'll discuss about the contact also. Like here we have the contact, right? So when you place a name, email address, and when you need to contact with admin, so we can send here a message, and where he will check the message, and we will contact with our customer. Okay, now this is for today's class. Okay, now thanks, Mansa. Okay, uh, we'll connect in the tomorrow's class. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, bye.
Bye, sir.